dies. He dies.
At number 3, we have Rocky IV. For some fans, putting Rocky IV so high on your rankings would be controversial. It's the movie that has the least amount of story, plot, or character development. Hell, the movie is 50% training montage. And while I acknowledge all of those criticisms are valid, I'll just say this. There is a reason that this one was everyone's favorite Rocky movie as a kid. Quite possibly the most testosterone-laced film ever put to screen. It also was a passion project, and some might even say a vanity project of Sylvester Stallone, as he really abused himself to get in the phenomenal shape he was able to achieve here. The film is not without its odd creative decisions, such as the sex bot that Paulie receives as a birthday present.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome. See you, sport.
She loves me. Oh.
Loved the robot as a kid, but seriously, what was Sly thinking? Why the hell would you get Paulie, of all people, a robot?
It's nice watching the Creed movies knowing this robot is out there somewhere.
I enjoy the camaraderie that Rocky and Apollo share. The scene with them watching their old fights together felt like genuine friendship. It's with this movie that it becomes more evident than ever before that Stallone sees his characters as expendable pieces necessary to heighten the importance for Rocky's next challenge. Here, Apollo is feeling down in the dumps about being retired because nobody asked for his autograph anymore.
But once you step out that ring, Sty, it's like ancient history. I don't see anybody asking for autographs, do you?
At the same time, the premier Russian boxer, Ivan Drago, bursts onto the scene. Apollo sees this as the perfect opportunity for one last moment of glory in the ring. Despite being reluctant about the fight at first, Rocky eventually agrees to train Apollo, which is probably a miscalculation, seeing that Drago is depicted as having punching power measuring 2,150 pounds per square inch, which translates to more than 4 tons. That's just insane. That's like getting hit by a Mack truck, or, according to the internet, getting punched by the mantis shrimp. Apollo is all smiles before the bell, adorned with his Uncle Sam getup he wore in the original Rocky, dancing alongside James Brown in one of the most iconic sequences of the franchise. The exhibition fight turns into a squash match, with Drago completely decimating the former heavyweight champ, which results in his untimely demise. A lot is made here of Rocky not throwing in the towel to stop the fight, but I think we are blaming the wrong guy here. See this guy right here? It's his actual job to stop fights if one of the fighters is put in a perilous position. He actually gets paid money to do it. And he just watches idly by as Apollo continues to get jackhammered in the face. I don't know. If I'm Mrs. Creed, I'm filing charges against this ref. So Rocky decides he's going to fight Drago, despite the boxing commission not sanctioning the bout, which results in Rocky getting stripped of the heavyweight championship. He also announces that there will be no fighter's purse in this fight, no money, and that the fight will take place in Russia on Christmas Day. I don't know, wasn't there anything else they could do to Rocky to make this fight suck harder? Maybe put Robert in the cage over a tank of sharks under the threat of dropping him in unless Rocky wins? Sheesh. Adrian tells Rocky for the first time that she doesn't have confidence in him winning.
You can't win!
Which results in a late-night car ride and the first of many montages, as Rocky thinks about his past and everything he and Apollo had been through up until that point. Let me tell you, this montage still goes through my mind each and every time I drive through a tunnel. People like to complain about this movie because 32% of the film is made up of montages. Apparently there are 8 montages in the movie. I never really stopped to count. It would be a valid criticism, except the montages work so well to depict Rocky's mental state and catapult us into the action as both Rocky and Drago train for the fight. Alright, the training montages, I can't even put to words what these did to me as a kid. I would get so pumped I would have to run out of my house during the middle of them and start running around my neighborhood like a lunatic, with my parents watching me out of the living room window, asking themselves what they did wrong as parents. I don't know, the training montages are just magical, showcasing how Drago relies on the latest in medical technology, training facilities, and steroids to get his impressive endurance and power, while Rocky goes old school Neanderthal, crawling in the snow of the rustic Russian landscape and running through streams. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when Rocky is able to evade the Russian agents who have been assigned to follow and watch every move he makes. In the first 3 films, Rocky made it a habit to run up the famous steps at the Philly Museum of Art, sometimes with much difficulty. Here, just to show he has transformed himself into a Super Saiyan, he runs up a mountain. A fucking mountain! The fight between Rocky and Drago is terrific. It's like watching 2 Greek gods go to war with each other. The action is fast-paced and brutal, with slow motion captures showing the damage that each punch inflicts on its target. He's not a machine.
He's not a machine. He's a man.
Come on, bro. Chills. The fight, as visceral and entertaining as it is over-the-top ridiculous to boot, with Rocky constantly getting knocked down, getting back up without a standing 8 count, only to promptly get knocked down again. Like, geez, what is it with the refs in this movie? At some point, the Russian crowd gets so enamored with Rocky getting his face punched in that they start cheering for him.
A few cheers now for Rocky Balboa. Suddenly, Moscow is pro-Rocky.
Like, holy shit, what a bunch of bandwagon fans. The fight isn't even over yet, and you are already rooting for the other guy? Like, what? I have a theory about this. During Rocky's training, you see him running around the Russian countryside, being a good Samaritan. Like he helps this guy with his horse and buggy, right? So I'm thinking this guy must have been at ringside during the fight. And he probably told the guy next to him, hey, that Rocky guy's a good dude. He pulled my cart out of the snow and everything. And that guy told the guy next to him, and so on and so forth, until everyone in the entire stadium knows what an awesome dude that Rocky is. Okay, nah, there is no explanation for this. There is no way Russian boxing fans would just abandon one of their own like that. It makes 0 sense. Even though Rocky is trailing on all scorecards, he is able to knock Drago out during the final round to gain a measure of justice for Apollo and put a stop to communism as we know it. Rocky even makes an impassioned speech at the end to try to avert global nuclear warfare.
Fight. I've seen a lot of changing. There were 2 guys killing each other, but I guess that's better than 20 million.
Все его сознание было проникнуто.
I understand why this movie is kind of looked down on today. It's ridiculous, it's cheesy, it's loud, it's obnoxious, it's short on actual substance and or story, which is why 30% of the movie is montages. But you know what else it is? Awesome as fuck. It's one of the most memorable movies in the entire franchise. I love it.